Late Night Grin. Also, what does that name mean?
I was supposed to keep playing. I didn't know it was on loop.
We have spent much of the past decade building this platform. Blood, sweat, tears, and spreadsheets have gone into this project. We have done, 14, 15 different franchises. 4 of them stuck, maybe. We're being generous to ourselves. We're on episode 105 of the flagship, which is now back. More popular than ever, by the way. And out of sheer generosity, we decided we were going to share our platform tonight, right? We said, let's get the young boys up and let them take some flat backs, hip toss, drop down tackle, you know the deal. And unless my watch is broken, the Confirmed Shoots watch is broken, the Oracle of Wrestling watch is broken, they ain't here, fellas. We're 5 minutes into our allotted time, and it's just us three. It's just us, Oos. Of course it is. We're the guys who built this
record. I was only about 45 seconds late today.
Yeah, and you're entitled to that because you've built this place. You know,
right?
This is the house that the Oracle of Wrestling built.
Right.
You know, sure. What the fuck is going on around here, bro?
I'm disgusted. I'm also mad that we can't go on our Twitter account and tweet that we've parted ways with them because we can't do that joke tonight now.
No.
So yeah, I don't know if this is a bit they decided to pull, which if it is, that I kind of respect.
It's a good
one. Or if, I mean, Tope is a cop, so he may have got stuck on shift.
Yeah. Duke's had a doctor's note.
Okay.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, folks, we are live on the Twitter, the Twitch, and the YouTube.
The chat brings up a good point. They are running from the grind.
Which is inexcusable.
I think that we can tweet. I'm going to go on there and just tweet that from the Late Night Grin account.
We're live on that platform, on YouTube and on Twitch. We hope you are well on this wonderful Friday evening. Why is the show still on after Rampage, even when Rampage isn't on? Because I didn't know Rampage wasn't on.
Did you not watch Rampage?
I was trying to. I was looking for it on flat for like 10 minutes.
I actually, personally, I like it when we just give that extra hour when the Rampage isn't on.
Really? You like to kind of prepare, to make some notes?
I mean, it's not like Joe's, like in the middle of the night or early morning there for you or anything. But, for me, I prefer, obviously I don't have a problem like right after Rampage either. But, I actually like the hour.
To me, Rampage is a reset hour anyway because it's Rampage, Yeah. It's like you kind of, you can kind of get yourself ready to go. But nonetheless, with the big three here. Oracle, how are you tonight, mate?
I'm well. Watched we had the tale of two cities for the World Wrestling Federation tonight. An incredible angle.
Yeah.
That they gave to us, and then they ended up firing people in the middle of the show. So
yeah. Professional wrestling, brother. Yes, that's that. Was a good show though. The AJ and LA match was good again as well. So
yeah, it was. It was.
I'm excited for Cody and AJ. I must say they got my.
I still can't believe.
Okay, look, folks. You talk about guys that have built this platform.
Yeah.
Here we have someone who's about to join us. We didn't even expect him tonight, but he's such a pro. He saw the team was in need.
Oh,
Look at this guy, Jack Crosby. How are
hey,
you?
another veteran
Yep,
coming
and
in.
Involver.
I cannot explain how frustrating it is to have a fucking 3-year-old.
Well, we
I
work with
told-
Bob, so we kind of.
I told Joe and Shoot like 10 minutes before the show, I can't make it because she was having a meltdown with my wife because I wasn't around. I went up there and now she's fucking mouth open, drooling.
Did you play Kingdom on a loop like I suggested?
No, but I thought about it, and I actually,
I mean, that's how you go to bed every night, right?
I told Allie that you suggested that.
Jack
we-
doing the whole entrance.
Jack, we advertised the Young Lions all week, and they're
I
not
tell I tell Penelope, I say, go to sleep. Whoa!
here.
You have the weight belt on, the whole deal. Dude, last night he did this whole bit about I've signed a weight belt and I'm going to give it away. But he was like, you know how this goes, right? I got to give it to the loudest fan. I swear to you, I have never heard a noise like what I heard when he asked them to make, like, because there's so many kids there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, these kids are screaming, bro. Like, it was fucking crazy. Like, it was a scene. Well, I think kind of Cody probably respects me as a journalist, So like when I was screaming, he was like, man, he really wants it to be
like,
doing that here. So.
Holy fuck, that's Walker Stewart.
That's Walker Stewart.
It is so crazy.
He had a good tweet this week. Shout out Walker Stewart. Jackie, what'd you say, mate?
It's so crazy how popular he's like.
Who, Walker
it's
Stewart?
fucking insane to me.
Oh no, it is wild. What he's done. The fact that he can reasonably main event house shows against Shinsuke Nakamura without people asking for refunds is fucking unbelievable. Dude, I tweeted this last night. So, the Cody Cutter, the way that I understand professional wrestling, the grappler who's taken the move falls on their face, right? That's the idea. Shinsuke twice in one match fell on his side for the Cody Cutter. Like, sort of... But even full is too strong, like kind of drifted to the side was really the best way to put it. It was quite the event. But nonetheless, we're here to preview AEW Dynasty. And it's quite the card. I have to fix my internet in one moment. But Matt,
I was wondering
you
if
excited
that was
for Dynasty,
me or
mate?
you.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's me. I'll be back.
What did he ask me? Am I excited
told
for
you to-
Dynasty?
Let's get hype on this Dynasty gimmick. Great card. It was looking to be an all timer, and then Chris Jericho and Hook was inserted into the show. Jericho is so bad now that like his one match is like, I want like at least $10 back for the 55 that I paid for it. So, but other than that, it really is a great looking card though.
I like Hook. I think he's very cool, but I also don't think he's very good. So
yeah,
that's going to be even. But hey, man, these shows are like 5 hours long. If you watch the 0 hour, it's good to get a little break. You can, get some popcorn, go to the bathroom, check your phone.
Because that's pretty much the only popcorn match on the main show.
Yeah, so. Man, it's a loaded card. It's I honestly think it's one of their best cards yet. The build, they got a big hiccup there. That we don't need to talk about because we didn't talk about it last week. We don't need to talk about it now. But for the most part, I think the build's been relatively focused. Like, I thought Wednesday's show was pretty damn good.
Yeah, Wednesday's show was good. It was good.
Good. The monthly cycle is helping them.
It is. I really like
the 8 or 9
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I really like the 8 or 9 pay-per-view schedule that they have.
Yeah.
I think in fact they've released, because I went on Cage and it looks like they released all their dates, right? For the year?
They released the rest of the year.
Yeah. Which I prefer.
Nice.
I mean, WWE's kind of changing their whole model and everything, so it's, I don't know when after August, I don't know, but I really like that AEW's kind of giving us everything.
They last Thursday they decided to drop a whole bunch of news, almost like they were trying to distract you from something else that happened.
Oh, really?
Did you guys see Bob's tweets about pay-per-view schedules last night?
Oh my god.
No.
Dude, he went full dirty diaper on the timeline, bro. It was crazy. He
Oh,
was
wait,
like, fuck it, why don't you just do the Rumble in July? Who gives a shit anymore? It was a little much. Like, I mean, I get it.
No,
like, Jesus.
I
man,
had a personal conversation with Bob O'Neill about the WrestleMania thing, and we were talking about May, and that was one of his talking points to me personally. Was like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do with the Royal Rumble?
Bro, he was so mad. It's like, I agree. I don't know if we need to get that upset though, Bobby. You know, here as adults.
If they do decide to put WrestleMania in May, you do have to do something with the Rumble. You can't go.
Yeah, we'll just go back a month. Right?
You know what they should do with the Rumble, Jack? They should put it opposite the Masters.
No, it's not this. No, absolutely not. By the way, you know, a minute ago when I was freezing, did you guys hear or see me? Was that a wasted? Brilliant.
We could hear you.
You were like,
yeah, you're good.
I was
copy.
Yeah. It happens, right?
It was kind of an upgrade, if I'm being honest.
I bet, especially I'm looking right now. Like fucking gray hair is like piercing the camera, bro. It's brutal.
Hey, don't even try, brother. Half my head's gray now.
I'm 26.
I'm with Jack. I got a little gray in here now, but you can't really see it yet.
In a month, I'm gonna be 40. Oh shit! I just realized something.
Your birthday? What was that about? What did you pop at? What?
My birthday is on a Friday.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
my 40th birthday.
Oh,
now I'm just gonna say this, Jack. I'm just saying. Remember,
bigger audience than ever.
We don't have a paywall anymore. People may see that show, so let's not get too carried away. All right, let's just take it easy.
My
we could do some things
birthday
on that paywall,
is on a Friday.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm sure you'll be in great shape by 11:05 Eastern. All right, we've wasted enough time. If any of the young
we already ran
saw...
through Dynasty while you were gone.
Yeah, we
reviewed the whole card.
Whole card.
All right, cool.
Basically, what we said when you were gone, Joe, is that like it's an awesome looking card, one of their best ever. Jericho and Hook, like for me, downgrades it a little bit because Jericho brings everything down so much. But otherwise, we're talking about how the monthly builds are really helping them, and like these 8 or 9. I guess what, like 8 or 9. Is it 8 or 9 that they have?
I think it's 9.
9.
Yeah. These 9 a year pay-per-views are helping them a lot, and it kind of focuses the build more. And I mean, even with like Danielson and Ospreay, like it's been repetitive, but like I've liked pretty much all the promos. I really like that Collision, was it, where they had Renee do like a sit down with both of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that was good stuff.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's I think the card is kind of undeniable how strong it looks on paper, right? I mean, I shouldn't say undeniable. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I know poor Joe's want to see I got the shit kicked out of him saying he wasn't into it. I don't want to encourage that, so I take that back. What I'm saying is, I believe it to be a very strong card. I think this could be the best pay-per-view of the year. Yeah. The build is interesting in that it's like, when you break it down piece by piece, it's like they've built that match. They've built that match. If you were ticking the boxes, you'd tick almost all of them, right? But I don't know if they've managed to excite people. You know, it's like it's an interesting thing, and I don't know if that's reflective of a bigger issue, or it's, what do you think? I don't know.
I think it's
having it so close to WrestleMania doesn't help.
Yeah.
It's just a reflection of the promotion as a whole. Like they're just
just a little cold. Yeah.
Well, but my biggest frustration with them is that, like, look, I'm very confident Dynasty is going to kick ass, and we're going to be fucking hyped after the show, man. Like, it's going to be great. Like, but my biggest thing with them is they really frustrate me as a fan, because they'll do this thing where they have these great shows, and everybody talks about they really need a great show this weekend, and they have it, and then the following 2 weeks are pretty good, and then they do some self-inflicted wound that's not necessary.
Yeah,
and then they go cold again. And like, they've been doing this for a while now, and it's like, to me, it's not like, WWE is a show where it's broad, and for what it's worth, WWE needs to get better at their fucking B pay-per-views, which are like a drag to watch. And I want to see a good pay-per-view. I like the level of AEW pay-per-view quality is what I want to see WWE pay-per-view quality to be.
Mm-hmm.
For what it's worth, AEW should have good pay-per-view quality because Tony Khan's biggest strength is his matchmaking.
Yep.
So these pay-per-views are going to be awesome. But I want his TV to be good too, man. Doesn't have to be all the way great, but I'm tired of watching this shit. And then like 1-2 weeks it's great, and then the other it's like, and again, I don't have to watch it, obviously.
No, but it's very inconsistent.
It's frustrating because
it's inconsistent.
Then they go cold.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
or
you're going 2 weeks into a pay-per-view and you're like, it's rinse repeat.
My brother, you are preaching to the choir. Because like we're 5 years in now, and it's okay. Like, it's great that the pay-per-views are all well received.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you're competing with WWE as the number 2 promotion, you are still a weekly TV product. So like those inconsistencies can exist.
Mm-hmm.
They just
and you want to make yourself unique because
you're right.
The thing when AEW's at their best was that their weekly shows were awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what made them different.
And that's why people got so like upset. It's like, well, we're gonna base this TV around airing the Punk footage.
That was fucking
why?
Yeah,
like what? Why?
I think sometimes it's hard to sum up everything there because there's a lot there, and I agree with pretty much all of it. But it sometimes is a case of like, I just wish they'd get out their own way at times,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think any of us want to relitigate the All Out thing because who could all in, whatever the fuck, who could care, right? Like that fight was exactly what, because as I said before it aired, the fact that no one in the business made that fight sound interesting told you all you need to know because they're the best liars in the game. That shit wasn't even a fight, right? It was dumb. Shouldn't have been. All of that was dumb. But the real issue there was always like, all you're doing is giving fuel to the people that you don't want to be fueling right now. You're trying to get this Swerve's about to win the world title, man. That's the story. So yeah, getting out their own way, being more consistent, not booking wrestling matches that are like blatantly obvious, not up to the standard of Dynamite. Like, it's one thing when a match under-delivers. When you book a Billy Gunn match on Dynamite, you get what you deserve.
It's
man.
a shame too because that show was so bad.
It's real bad.
And it's like,
it was not a good show.
Obviously, it varies, but I would say that, to me anyway, that was the only bad show in the build to this pay-per-view. But it was so bad that it was distracting.
Yeah.
And then of course they turned around. I mean, I was at that show, so there's a bump for that too. They turned around and did an awesome collision, and that's like they just gotta. Joe, I don't even know if we've ever talked about it on here, but I know we've talked about it, like the thing that people forget, and I think Tony Khan is just as guilty of this as anyone on Twitter or any of us, whatever, is you have to be good for a long time for it to change your business. Yeah. And again, we don't, we're not sitting here. Look, I don't care what their rating is. I don't care how many people are in the building unless the crowd's quiet and it hurts the TV show. But, of course, the promotion feeling hot helps the promotion. There's no arguing that. So, it's like if AEW had this exact same month, what is it, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it was, when they were selling out, they weren't selling out every week, but they were doing good crowds every week, and all these shows would have felt better because, that does matter. In terms of your enjoyment of the show, but you can't expect it to happen overnight.
No, you have to be patient.
And the thing is, of course, WWE always had, it's always been around forever and has this head start or whatever, but like, and it's in its crazy hot period right now. You know how long it took before, of course, they were doing sellouts late last year and whatnot, but like, before the big, like 18 straight sellouts through Mania, they were good for 18 months. That's a year and a half that they were good for.
Yeah.
That's a long time, you know.
And I know I've
The
talked about
same
this
pictures
before.
we're seeing on the internet now. I remember like the empty
Oh,
arenas
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
WWE. Like,
Dude, SmackDown in the 2010s always looked like that, man.
Yeah,
and
totally.
that's where I just want to tell like Tony Khan, like, put your head down, keep pushing forward, and just do what you want to do.
Yeah,
You'll be
because
fine.
the other issue is, and again, and I know I've talked about this before, and I'm not. This is never an excuse. I'm not using it as an excuse, but it is the fact that when WWE is hot, it greatly limits what AEW's ceiling is. That's just a fact.
Yeah,
because a lot of people who watch wrestling, they want to. If WWE's good, that's what they want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They started watching AEW because they didn't like WWE anymore. It wasn't good, right? A lot of them have went back. Now, I'm not saying that AEW didn't have something to do with it because they ran some of them off. There's no arguing that. But there is, look, AEW's never doing 1.5 million a week if WWE's hot. Period. No. It's not happening. But that's fine. Like, this obsession with them needing to compete with WWE is stupid. Like,
it is.
Just do your own thing, man. Like,
the issue is they have not done a good enough job building an identity that stands alone.
Agree.
That's saying they need to do better. And I understand why their initial identity was "We're the Good Show" because that was the right way. WWE fucking sucked. It was easy.
Well,
they need to build their own identity.
Yeah.
Go on, Jack.
It's funny, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I explained it this way to my wife like a week ago. When AEW was created, it wasn't AEW versus WWE. It was AEW versus Vince McMahon. And the problem really came in when Vince got thrown out, which, like, at the time, none of us anticipated. We all, when AEW was created, it was that Vince was going to be there until he died in the chair.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Right.
So then now you have all these people in WWE that were like, well, we can fucking do everything they do, but on our level.
It's very different. Yeah.
And
it's different for the wrestlers too, dude. Very different for the wrestlers.
I look, I'm appreciative of what Tony Khan has brought us, but he's done a piss poor job of pivoting. Because his strategy, like, he literally had to think, if I had to imagine, he had to think that if all I have to go up against is Vince McMahon for the next 10, 15 years, I'm good.
Yeah.
Problem was, it was only 5. Well, 4-ish.
Even less. Yeah. I think 3,
even
right?
Less.
Summer 2022. Yeah.
So then it was, oh, shit.
Yeah. It definitely changed things. And it, unfortunately, the timing is almost like exactly aligned with when the
because, like,
stuff
a guy
apart,
like, like a guy like Tony Khan who has billions, like, they plan as far ahead as they can. I could imagine a scenario where when they were planning out AEW, they were like, all right, well, Vince McMahon's going to be there for a long time, so we're good. We could, and then all of this happened, and then it was just, well, what do we do now?
And it is, and to Matt's point, it is tough, right? I mean, it is tough, but I think their biggest goal for 2024, and we're having this conversation, but let's not forget where we started. We agree a lot of the shows have been good. We agree the pay-per-views
they're good. And what we're trying to say is
big picture.
Keep doing that. Like, keep doing it.
And I think really focus on what is AEW as a brand, what is their identity, what are people going to AEW specifically to say, and that's really important.
Yeah, and I mean, look, there's no one would debate that of the 4 of us, I'm the most biased towards AEW, I guess the way you'd want to put it. I've enjoyed almost all of this year. The problem is when it's bad, it's alarmingly bad. And they've had a couple shows, like, they just make these big errors that just, like, I'm not going to lie to you, and Joe can attest to it because I was talking to him. After Dynamite last week, I was like, maybe I don't even need to watch wrestling anymore. Like, fuck this. And And then, of course, by Friday, Moxley wins the belt, and then I go to Collision, and it rocked, and I was right back in. But it's like, it's these when they have a really bad show, it's really fucking bad. And, of course, the other problem with last Wednesday's show is that it wasn't just a bad show. There was a very big misstep that they made.
It was embarrassing.
Now, I will say that I do think, and this is not a defense of it, but I do think some people were overstating the impact of what was going to happen because of that. And I think we've already seen that to be the case, because I think the majority of people have forgotten about it already. But that's not to say they still shouldn't have done it. But there were some people who were talking like they're done, they're never going to recover from this. And that was ridiculous. But
yeah, I don't think that. It's just
that's how the news cycle goes. Everything just comes.
What it is, it's not the thing itself. It's what it represents, and what it represents for his decision making, and the fact that he is liable to do something like that again. I agree with the chat. I will like the reaction to Jack at the New Japan show was very promising. We got to see how it plays in AEW. He's clearly coming back on Sunday.
Shoot, not to cut you out, but I think, and this might be, I know everyone's getting their jokes off. I think Jack Perry is going to come out golden out of all this.
I tend to agree with this. I wouldn't have until I saw him on Friday.
I think that this is.
I think he's very talented. I do not trust their creative to capitalize.
Well, I agree with.
No, Joe, I get what you're saying, but if they could sit down and go, all right, listen, because the dynamics here are, he got like this whole thing, like Punk is at the tail end, or even end, depending.
Yeah.
Now Jack Perry is this good-looking, charismatic young kid who got in the middle of this. Mm-hmm. You have a chance here to do something.
Yeah.
Question.
He can benefit.
Is a heel or babyface?
I think he's going to come in as a heel, but I think he's going to.
I think
they're going to turn him baby. The crowd's going to turn him baby.
You have to make the transition, and you have something.
Yeah.
Because you should. Yeah. I don't know, man. They have a lot of strengths creatively, but like capitalizing on shit like that is not one.
Like, I agree. Too much of the attention has been paid to Punk, as in, like, all right, but look at what we have here.
The reality is, and this is a part that people forget, and they need to separate sometimes. For the people that actually watch AEW's product, I guarantee you that that thing made them like him more.
Yeah,
whereas it made the people who don't watch the product make fun of him, which fair. In the real world, what Jack did in that situation was the correct thing to do. He didn't fight back. He got punched when he had his hands in his way. He didn't get punched, but whatever. Whatever. We're not going into that. But I do agree that I don't know that they can keep the momentum. I think I'm higher on Jack as a worker. I think, Joe, I think you're with me on that. I think we both.
I think he's very good. Yeah, I like Jack as a talent.
Well,
I don't want the Punk shit to define him because he's like fucking 25 years old. It's lame. But
of course, I'm still of the opinion. I still think the end game of this is his contract's going to come up and he's going to go to WWE and work Punk in a street fight and all this for nothing for AEW. So
there's no way.
I don't know, man.
There's no way. No way.
But
you say no way, but.
I'm saying no way. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm confident.
I hated that handshake after the match. That handshake after the match on Friday was stupid, but I thought his performance at that New Japan show was fucking awesome. I was super impressed.
I agree. He's very, very talented. His track record in the ring speaks for itself. We'll see on the promo front. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an issue.
I also hope they don't get too cute with it because that's been an issue. We'll see. I'm very hesitant, and I don't mean to be pessimistic, folks. That's not my game here. We're going to preview the show in a minute. I think every match will be positive one, to be honest. But
except one.
I'm always hesitant on the when we use the word capitalize about AEW creative. It's like, man, I don't know.
Yeah, they don't.
I've learned my lesson,
Yeah.
AEW is increasingly like, Swerve's going to win the belt, and that's great, but like, you know, it isn't generally the place where they're great at nailing those things.
Yeah.
Money. All right.
Well,
0 hour.
I'm not sure they deserve all the blame for that, but yeah.
Look, bro.
Yeah.
I remember it. Look, all I'm saying is,
if she wasn't clear, they shouldn't have brought her in yet.
We talked about that fucking debut for like 15 months, dude.
Yeah.
She's been there for a month, and he's like, all right. It's not, again, she's not clear. It ain't that big of a deal, but fuck. It's a bummer. Like,
they should have waited.
It's a bummer, bro. Like, she was like, on this show, we like circled her as like, she's the biggest game changer they could sign.
Had no impact.
Like, it feels, I mean, I think partly that's us misreading things, but which is not like us. Right?
We're never wrong.
No, it's not our fault. It's theirs.
Well, no, Joe. Like we can read things. Look at Cody Rhodes.
Well,
you and I know how to read things.
The other two guys.
These guys.
Reminds me of the weekend of Royal Rumble 2018 when I said Ronda Rousey's never coming to WWE and Daniel Bryan's never coming back to the ring.
There you go.
Get over yourself.
Nailed it. I will, in all seriousness, I was being silly. When Mercedes wrestles, we'll all be fine. It's just the road to that point, you know. Winner take all. AEW Trios, Ring of Honor 6-man. The acclaimed Bullet Club Gold. This feud has fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It is on 0 hour for a reason. Hopefully, Bullet Club Gold wins, and we can all move on.
I'm thinking that angle they did where they, Jay and the Guns were at Billy's house. It's so bad. The camera and like Billy's sitting there in like basketball shorts or whatever the fuck. And
my favorite Oracle. The best part of that segment is. Why was the TV on showing AEW wrestling when no one was home?
Yeah, I don't know. Matt, are you excited for the match?
No. The Acclaimed are done, man. Get them off.
You think it's over?
It's over.
Yeah.
I like Bowens. I like Bowens. To be clear, I like Bowens, but the act is over, man. Wrap it up. Billy Gunn. I like Billy Gunn. It's time to go. Fucking out there making Jay White look like a bitch on national television. The fact that they let that happen is not surprising, but at the same time is ridiculous.
He should be prosecuted for that.
Yes,
that was. That's one of the worst. I remember texting Joe, and I'm thinking this might be the worst match I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not kidding. Jack,
run over the ground that covers.
When you factor in like. The creative of it and what it represented, I agree. Like actual match quality wise, no. But like when you factor in, not saying it was good, but you know,
no.
But like, but anyway, the Acclaimed, we didn't like the Acclaimed at first. They won us over there for a while. They got hot. No one can take that away. Yep, they had a moment. Good for them. You can never take it away from them. It's over, man. It's over.
Yeah.
Max Caster fucking sucks. If he sees this, you suck. It's over, man. Like that's all I can. I don't know what else to say other than it's like I get actively mad when they're on the television show.
You're picking Bullet Club Gold, right?
No, Acclaimed will probably win.
Jack, anything on this one, mate?
Nah, Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah. Poor Jay White. Oracle.
Hey, he's getting paid. He doesn't give a fuck.
No, but I give a fuck, man. I like Jay White.
This is the second least interesting match of the 12, and
yeah, he's
12.
Pre-show included, to be fair, which is it's not too. I mean, it's a lot, but you got to I agree.
Stop this.
No, we don't.
We'll be okay.
Jack, I paid $50 for this show. Give me my fucking 5 hours of wrestling.
We all
I've been consistent about that.
I actually do agree. Yeah, the $50 part. Yeah, fair.
Probably Bullet Club Gold, to be honest. I don't really care who wins, but
yeah, it's winner take all. When you're doing winner take all, and it's on the pre-show, I think there's a lesson in there. Trent Brenner and Matt Sydal. Now, look, because of where this is out on the show, this is going to be worked in solid pros fashion, right? They're not going to try and have like some classic match. The work in this will be really good, though. These two are very strong. Yeah, 3.25, rock solid. Sydal is. We need to find a tag team for him to be in so he could be on the TV shows with some kind of cred. You know, I think he's so good still. Trent's a heel now. He's getting some run. No one will be talking about this match at the end of the night, but it will be a good time while it's on, and Trent Britta will get the win. I assume the Oracle of Wrestling. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, Trent's going to win this because I mean, Sydal's obviously a good worker, and I agree he should be in a tag team, but he's a perennial job guy, which is fine.
Yep.
Companies need that. Very good veteran worker, and this will be another step in order to get the Trent heel turn going.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Interesting. Jack, anything on Sydal and Trent, mate?
He just found out it's happening right now.
I gotta go.
Okay. Okay. Have a good night, Jackie.
Oh, bye, Jack.
Bye, Jack.
Bye. Dude, this is brutal, man. I thought we were gonna have like 8 people on this show.
The children are kicking our ass tonight, bro. Between Penelope and the young Lions, man. Yeah, Bob.
I'm fucking cooked, bro. I booked like 8 guests to try and get me through this shit. I'm on a 3-man booth.
We got it.
Yeah. I know. I'm with 2 pros, thankfully.
We're gonna run through Dynasty and we're gonna get the hell out of here.
I hope I sound okay, folks.
You don't, but it's fine. Very British.
Yeah, I feel like shit. All right, Matt, Trent and Matt Sydal.
I have no idea why this is on. Well, I guess it's 0 hour, but I'm not going to pretend that I don't think this match is going to fucking rule. So I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be good.
I think Sydal's lost 12 straight TV matches, something like that. Beast. I mean,
was that a stat? Did you bring a stat out?
Yeah, I saw. I only know it because I saw someone complaining.
Put a mask on.
Twitter. But anyway, match will be good.
Matt Scaliver.
I think all three of us like Trent as a worker.
Yeah.
So
and Bob shares beliefs with him.
Yes,
so
right.
Got the big
like
4.
we like him as a worker. Bob likes him as a person.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. Still, I don't know that it's going to go anywhere that interesting, but we'll give it a shot.
At some point, Trent and Orange are going to have like a bloodbath.
Oh, for sure. That'll rule.
Yeah. And Sydal is from St. Louis. Tri-Town Spurs is right.
These are 2. That is. Yeah, I didn't think that's a good point. Yeah. These are 2 workers that are considerably better than they get credit for. So it'll be a good match.
Yeah. Am I still here? Because like.
Yeah, you're freezing like crazy, but we can hear you, so it's fine.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. If you're in the chat, folks, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, even if you're on the Twitter gimmick, we hope you're enjoying the show. And if you could head over to YouTube at some point and give us the thumbs up, that is greatly appreciated. Also, it is very late here, and we are down 8 men, I believe, from our.
11:46.
Well, that's still pretty late, to be fair. It's almost like the show's called The Late Night Grin. All right, Trent Britta's going to get
one. 40 minutes in, we only got 10 matches left to cover, so.
Yeah, that's fine. It's good pacing. Final one on 0 hour. I think I'll probably add another one, hilariously, but this will be fun. Orange Cassidy, Katsuyori Shibata versus Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty with Anthony Ogogo at ringside. Dude, I'm so happy for Shane Taylor. I haven't had a chance to watch Dynamite yet, but like, I've been a believer in him for a long time, and he's got some TV run. I think he's made the most of it. I think he's been really good on TV. Good TV wrestler. Orange and Shibata is a great crowd pleaser for the pre-show. This will be a good time live, I'm sure. People will get into it. I'm looking forward to this, Matt. What do you reckon?
I like STP a lot. I think in modern wrestling, there's too much of a focus on the fact that they lose all the time. I don't think that matters. Like they're an effective act. A go-go, whatever I think of him as a worker, I think he's actually added to the team. He's got a good presence, good talker, good shit stirrer. I think I legitimately think since adding him to the group, it's added a little bit to the act. Throws a good punch. I just don't really need to see him wrestle very many matches. Keep him out of the ring. But yeah, I'm excited for this match. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Orange and Shibata will win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Shane Taylor a lot. He's been a revelation for me. I mean, obviously I'd heard of him, but I didn't watch Ring of Honor, so I didn't know that much about him. He's impressed me every step of the way. You can see it. Like, all you got to do is look at him to see how seriously he's taking this. Like, he got an opportunity, he's running with it. And look, we're no one here saying Shane Taylor Promotions is going to be a main event act or it's going to be, this giant piece of AEW, but they are clearly a consistent piece of the television now, and they're doing a good job. So good for them. Lee stepped up.
Yeah, it's been good for Lee, definitely.
Yes. Because I liked Lee Moriarty. I liked him when he came in. I thought there for a while his work really dropped off. I think it was probably a confidence issue. People kind of forget that that's the real thing that these guys go through. But you can see now he's got it back. Yeah. So this will be a good match.
Yeah, I agree. I'm into it. Oracle, you into it, mate?
Oh yeah, this will be a fun match. I'm definitely a Stone Temple Pilots fan as well. But yeah, this will be good stuff. Certainly a fun crowd pleaser, probably to end the 0 hour, I would think.
I would guess.
Probably.
Kind of get the crowd hyped up for the for what's to come.
Yeah. I could see him doing winner takes all because it's the belt.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Trent and Seidel are opening, right? That will be the first. Seidel will be the first.
I think they're going to add a women's match, I would guess.
Yeah.
But it's been refreshing to see Orange a little bit less. I'm starting to like. Not that I'd ever disliked him, but there for a while was like, all right. I get excited when his music hits again now. Like, it's good to get that he's. Sometimes you got to pull people back a little bit. Like,
yes.
Sometimes people need to go away from, like.
For example, I'm not the biggest. I'm not a big fan of the guy anymore. Like Mox, but he definitely needed to go.
It was so refreshing seeing him come back.
It's huge, man.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Like, people need to go home for a little bit. That's fine. Mm-hmm. That needs to happen more in wrestling, both for
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, maybe forever.
Fucking awesome at that, dude. He was the king of going away.
Yeah, he used to that. His self-awareness was his biggest strength, and it's gone.
Yeah,
that
was the best of them.
The cookie in the chat, Billy Starks and Athena versus Red Velvet Naminata. I bet that's accurate. I bet that'll be 0 hour because they did that at the end of Battle of the Belts. They set that up.
They did.
How about that spot? I was kind of like the Athena Velvet match was like, it was going okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did then they insisted on doing that bit where they did like deadlifts out on the floor, and I was like, oh yeah, 3 stars, definitely giving this.
Red Velvet, Kiwi said this on Twitter, and he's right. Like, I don't want to steal, but like, Red Velvet is one of the most chaotic workers I've ever seen. You never know what the fuck I love her. I'm a huge fan. Yes.
Yeah.
She fucking rules, but you don't know what the fuck she's gonna do out there. Sometimes it doesn't look good, but she's gonna try whatever the fuck you want her to try, man. She's a beast.
There was a moment in that match. I don't know if they got their wires crossed or whatever, but she was like laying on her side, and Athena lined her up and drop kicked her so fucking hard. Red could not stand up for like 2 minutes. Yeah. She was like, she honestly couldn't stand up. I was just watching it, like, God bless.
I was 5 feet from it, man. Like,
yeah, it was crazy. I know no one clipped it because it wasn't like you know what I'm saying?
Billy Starks, I don't know if it came across on TV, but man, she is a fucking awesome second.
They should shoot her more, yeah.
She was talking to Athena the whole time, and like she's got something. There's something about her, man. Yeah, and that's part of she gets it. That's a big part of it. But like she's got this charisma to her that's like, and she's not the best promo in the world, but like the physical charisma, she has that.
She feels like a pro wrestler.
Yes.
Throws herself into stuff, All right. Main card. 9 matches in the main card, which I actually think that's the right length. I think that's perfect. 9 matches is perfect. Because one thing these shows do benefit from is because there's quite a lot of depth to the card. Very seldom are there matches on these shows that go like crazy long individually, right? The show will be long, but it's not like they're doing.
Yeah, they've got.
Some of those.
That. Yeah.
Some of those WWE pay-per-views are when it's 5 matches spread across 3.5 hours. It's like, Randy Orton's entrance takes 20 minutes, but
that was a glaring strength of Revolution. Is match lengths.
Yeah, that's saying they have got better. I agree. All right, here was our thumbnail for tonight. Let's get into it. Trios match, hilarious matchup. Full TEW matchup here. The House of Black opposite Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe, which is like, imagine showing someone that side of the graphic. What were we looking at? Maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I guess Eddie's been there almost 4 years
ago.
Yeah, sure, right, but like, I just realized Eddie's been there almost 4 years. That's kind of wild. Yeah. Either way, if you go back like 5 years, Copeland was still retired, so it's even crazier. But nonetheless, this is, I think, something that you always should do on pay-per-view. In that there will be big singles matches. Using some of the top guys in these tags, I think, gives variety to the show. It helps you when placing things because this can be like a buffer match easily. It won't hurt it, You could slot it in between two singles matches. Be a real crowd pleaser. There's a novelty of seeing Copeland team with both King and Briscoe. Mark Briscoe on pay-per-view. Buddy Matthews on pay-per-view for Confirmed Shoot Enterprises and Joe Holbrook Promotions purposes. There's a lot to like here, Matty. This is some good stuff. You excited?
I'm excited about Cope. The biggest strength to Cope in AEW so far is that he has good matches and that it genuinely feels cool to watch him interact with all these people that you never thought he'd interact. Like even him and Willow together was so cool. Like there's just something cool about seeing him, like just the visual of him hugging Eddie Kingston and Mark Briscoe when they first started the build to this was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like it's like you were like even a year and a half ago, like Mark Briscoe being on AEW pay-per-view, you'd be like, what the like we thought that was never going to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be really exciting. I've loved Copeland and AEW. I've loved this run so much. I was one of those people who was higher on him in the past than a lot of the internet people. And then I kind of forgot about it because, you read all the tweets and all the funny jokes that all my pals make. And I'm like, yeah, fuck him. He sucked. And then you see him again. You're like, well, hold on.
Yeah. That stuff was so overdone.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah. Mark's a beast, man. That was like, look, this is a tangent, but whatever. It was so cool at that show on Saturday, like Mark Briscoe being the guy to send the crowd home happy at the end. And to be clear, there weren't that many people left there anymore because they taped another hour of Ring of Honor. But still, like Mark Briscoe being that guy, and like awesome. He's so over. The crowd loves him. JJ's that's not an unfair. Like obviously he's not at Sting's level, but he's the new version of he loses occasionally, which Sting never did. But it's that type.
I mean, not really, right? Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. So, and that's one thing Tony's usually pretty good at is, he's brought Copeland in. They treat him like a star. The crowd clearly treats him like he gets huge reactions. And then a House of Black. Look, man, I've made my Malachi Black jokes. I don't know why it's happening, but he's trying now. He's clearly fucking busted. His last couple matches he's had, he's busted his ass. I thought the Trios match on Collision fucking rocked.
That was a good match.
Yeah, I think this match has a very high ceiling. The House of Black, like, they don't really have a momentum as an act right now, but in ring momentum, I actually think they might be the best.
They've been good in 2024. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Jake's right. Cope cares. That is the big thing. Like, look, that promo he cut was fucking corny as hell and didn't need to happen, but he meant that shit. And it was probably his idea.
Clearly, he was his idea. Yeah. He asked for it. Yeah.
Like he cares. Sometimes too much. That hasn't shown itself yet in AEW. Probably will at some point, but
When did you see the Malachi singles match?
Right. But yeah, this is an established heel group versus an all-star team as a trio. That always works.
Yeah, man. What's your finish on this one, mate? This is a hot pick.
It feels like House of Black probably wins because they're building to the Copeland and Malachi match.
I think Eddie may be kind of some
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, I don't know where
It feels
Eddie's
like
heading.
I think Eddie's about to spiral.
Yeah, feels that way.
Drop 2 belts, probably dropping the third to Gabe Kidd.
Probably needs to happen too, honestly. Like,
yeah, I think
it got old after a while because it's all he did was spiral. But we got to see the climb now, so now we can probably tear him back down.
Tell a new story with him.
Yeah,
tell a new story. I think that's what you do here. I've pitched it before. I'm going to do it again because my ideas are good. And I think Eddie Kingston should be in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Down on his luck. Devastated he's lost 3 belts. And I think that should be where Christian Cage returns to offer his mentor. to say to Eddie, you need a father figure. I think Eddie's sell of that offer would be fucking money. Dude.
Yep, I agree. That's good.
That sounds awesome.
Eddie Kingston at 42 years old being told that he needs the mentorship of Christian Cage. Offers him like a turtleneck, whole deal.
Christian Cage, who also lost his belt, which makes it even better.
It's just money, and their matches would be sick. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. Oracle, how you feeling on this trip?
This will rock, man. This will be good stuff. I'm super excited. I mean, Mark Briscoe's he's just a blast to watch. Eddie's almost always killer, and Cope is having fun and always putting in the effort and more often than not, like Matt said, is having good matches. So this is going to be good. I'm with Matt. I think House of Black win this one. I think maybe Malachi hits Eddie with the old kick and pins him.
Yeah. What do they call it now? Is it still Black Mass? Or is that like a copyright weirdness?
Isn't it like, I don't know.
It's another name, isn't it? It is another name.
Is it the end?
The end. Get it?
Yeah.
The end.
The end.
Yeah.
That's what it was called before he went to WWE, right?
Kayfabe.
I assume anyway.
Bud Matt is going to do some
You know that was his name, Joe, right? Tommy End.
Who? Buddy Matthews?
No.
That was weird because his mouth taught.
I know. I at first I thought he mouthed something, and then I was like, "What is going on?" Honestly, this is making the show better.
Good. That's best I got. So
look, Oracle. They always say it. The late night grin is at its best when their back's against the wall.
That's right.
Can't get rolled up.
Who says it?
They.
Who's they? Is it Bob?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I've also got the House of Black to win this professional wrestling match. I think it'll probably be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't be like the kind of ultimate version of this match just because it'll probably be used as a buffer between singles, as I mentioned earlier. It could open. Cope's 6-man opened Full Gear, right? So it could open. But I think it'll be a House of Black.
Low blow.
That was wild, man. That was crazy.
You're not going to sell this one, old man? All right.
All right, let's get this out of the way. FTW rules for the FTW Championship.
Who cares?
Oh, Christ.
Hook, all caps, versus Christopher Jericho of Lionheart fame.
Put Cody's comment on the screen.
Cody said, and I quote, "I went to Walmart today and someone stopped me and said, you know that LNG lads, backs against the walls, they deliver."
Factual.
But people stopped me multiple times in Cardiff to tell me the same thing. I didn't know why my back was against the wall, though.
Can't get rolled up.
I knew why I was doing it. I just didn't know why LNG's back was against, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of sounded like a threat in that context, really, you know? Let's not spend too long on this because I actually
No, bro.
Who cares?
I don't care, and if I'm completely honest with you guys as friends, I actually am quite bummed out about how this Jericho thing has spiraled. I think it's quite sad. If I'm being completely honest, I think it's pretty sad.
I'll give a real take.
You sure?
On Dynamite, I saw exactly what Chris was going for, and there was a time when that would have worked. But it's over now. He was trying, he was trying to play into the reaction he's getting. He's becoming a delusional heel, but no one cares. It's not going to work. 2 years ago, it would have worked. He would have gotten us back. He would have been like, oh shit, he figured it out. It's over, man. The matches aren't going to be good. Hook is not that good anyway. I still like Hook. I think he's cool as shit. But as a worker, the Shane Taylor match. The Shane Taylor match on Saturday was the worst match of the night. Wasn't Shane's fault. This match is not going to be any good. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Jericho won.
He's winning.
Yeah, I very much Jericho trademarking all those catchphrases and then saying them one after another in that promo made me laugh out loud. He's another one. It's him and the Acclaimed. It's over. I get mad when their music hits. I get mad when they're on the TV show. They put that graphic for the Hook, Taz, and Jericho segment up at Collision, and I literally did the thing where you go, oh, and Adrian lost it. Like, she started laughing so hard because I had a physical reaction to that goddamn graphic coming up on the big screen.
It sucks though, man.
It's over. It's a shame because look,
it is a shame. Genuinely.
All other issues about Jericho aside, I've always liked Chris Jericho as a worker, as a TV talent. Always liked him. 99%. This is not the first time that he's fallen off, but he's always figured it out. It ain't happening this time.
Yeah.
It's time for him to go home. It's going to happen sooner or later, but it's going to be later than it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate to watch him go out like this, especially just because he's also ruining.
Especially because it's in a promotion where, again, putting all of the other many, many, many issues aside, his value to AEW was immense at the start.
He played a huge role.
It was massive, and the idea that even when he leaves AEW, it will be a good riddance rather than a salute or whatever the fuck from the hardcore fans of that promotion is unfortunate. Just talking about the professional wrestler here, folks.
He's gonna do a farewell tour, and it's gonna be that clip of Draymond yelling at Paul Pierce. That's the Chris Jericho farewell tour. They don't love you like that. Not anymore. Yeah. They used to.
It's a shame. Oracle, do you give a fuck about this, or should we move on?
No, dude. Jericho's gonna win. It's gonna be awful.
Yeah.
Hook couldn't work a worm, you know. This shit's a terrible pun, but
I'm not a big fan.
I think he's leaving as soon as he can too. So it's kind of like,
when is his deal up?
I have no idea. But I think it's this year. It's like, how much more time are we going to invest in this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I still think he's cool as shit. I just don't particularly like watching him wrestle unless he's doing a squash match. He's got cool suplexes, and that's about it, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's something. All right. New FTW champ is the pick, folks. I
was hoping Taz would at least choke Jericho out on.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Me too.
Maybe it'll happen at some point.
Maybe it'll happen on Sunday.
Maybe he'll turn on his son.
That would actually be a full sound the alarms situation.
Yeah.
Russo is writing.
A full are we sure this isn't like Vince Russo, Dixie Carter situation?
So Russo.
That's not going to happen.
Taz would cut a promo about how Jericho's right, Hook doesn't take advice, and it'd be fucking terrible.
Oh fuck, maybe that will happen.
See it in my head.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't blame anyone but Christian because it was so Christian. When he did the Shayna Wayne thing, I was like, he's such a piece of shit because he's going to pull this off, and it's only going to encourage the rest of them.
Yeah,
because he did pull it off. That was like
he did pull it off. Yeah,
she added to the act for a minute there. It was a short little run. It was fun. Anyway, international title, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, who, and I say this lovingly because it's his appeal, but the character Kyle O'Reilly is that he couldn't act less like a professional wrestler. He looks like he sort of strolled into the thing. He's looked around. So I'm going to give it my best shot, Renee. I'm going to try my best. And God bless him. People love Kyle for that reason, though, right? He's kind of an everyman. He's just Kyle O'Reilly, friend of the show. You know, he doesn't have a lot of energy necessarily.
He looks like my fucking brother at the TWE arena before.
Just hanging out. I'm just hanging out, waiting to get my match.
Shorts and
it's that picture of Garfield with a hat on backwards. That's Kyle O'Reilly.
And he's enjoying himself, but he was. They started immediately this thing with Roddy and the Kingdom trying to like get him back on side, and he was hesitant and wanted to be solo and so on and so forth. And it culminated on Battle of the Belts, right, Matt?
Yeah.
After the Rocky Romero match, they did a deal where
good match.
Roddy left Kyle laying, and so now this feels soon for this match, right? It feels like they've accelerated, which I think is the right thing because, I mean, we don't need a lot of promo segments with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Let's get to the match. I think there is a correct play here that I do not think we'll see, but I'm bullish on it, so I'm going to put it out there now. I think Roddy should beat the fuck out of Kyle here, to be honest with you. The story that Kyle was telling is grounded, and it's very much about him trying to get his legs back under him and get confident as a wrestler. To me, that story works best with him having to rebuild after getting beat up, you know? Like, really have Roddy just run wild here. That'd be my pitch. I don't know. Oracle, what you thinking in national title, mate?
That probably does make the most sense because this is probably going to be a feud that's going to last a little bit. So I think, Roddy's obviously game for beating the piss out of somebody. So, I think that's a smart play. I also think that might be what actually happens too.
Really?
I think it's the way to go. Definitely think Roddy retains here. I don't think it'll be the end of it, but I definitely think Roddy retains.
Feels like the belt's going to Kyle eventually, but not Sunday.
Probably so.
Would be my read. Yeah, this feels like the mountain for Kyle to climb here, right? This is what I'd say.
This is the only reason that I don't necessarily think that this match is rushed because I think this is the start of the story, not the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they're going to go as far as you want them to go. That's a great idea, and that is what they should do. But Roddy's definitely going to win. We're definitely going to build to Kyle beating him. But yeah, having Roddy just beat the fuck out of him, and maybe you can go away from it for a while and let Kyle build him because you probably should do it at Wembley. Is where Kyle should win the belt. So, I'm not super excited about this match just because. It's not. I don't even think we're supposed to be that excited about it. Like Kyle's not winning. It's the start of the story still. I actually do think there's going to be some good stuff in here as we go on. I've liked it so far, honestly, and I'm not a huge Kyle O'Reilly fan to begin with, honestly. If I'm being 100% honest.
He's a dweeb, kind of. I mean, he's a great worker, but he's a dweeb.
Yeah. I shouldn't.
That's kind of his thing, right? It's like he's kind of
saying I'm not. That's the wrong way to put it. He's not someone I care about. I recognize how good he is. I've just never cared that much about him. That's the better way to put it.
I'm much more harsh, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this match. Whatever they do, the match is going to be good. Even if Roddy just beats the fuck out of him, it's still going to be good.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
I think it'll be very good. I think it'll be very good. And I think. I'm honestly excited to see Roddy working as, it's since the pay-per-view, I feel like he hasn't had a match in front of, a real house of energy. Like, he's on Rampage a lot. And some of the Rampage stuff's good, but it is different, like, the energy on that show is different.
Yeah, and even, Collision had more energy than Battle of the Belts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Collision. Yeah,
they're cold matches. You know, it's just this is what it is. So like
that building they ran on Saturday. They got to lean into that place.
Collision should live in places like
Dynamite should right now, honestly.
Well, yeah, but yeah, like in an ideal world, though, even Collision should be in places
because
like that.
that building had an upper. You could have got another 2,000 in there, for a Dynamite.
Really?
Yeah, they had an upper bowl that wasn't even open. But it was still a small building and it was loud. I was worried because you weren't. I don't even know if you were awake, but I think you might have been watching UFC Saturday. I don't remember, but I was texting you, but you didn't answer me. But I just kept texting you anyway because I'm.
No,
awesome.
I was phone off. I was in that mode.
But I was like, the Ring of Honor, the first hour. I'm like, this crowd's fucking popping huge for. They were chanting "Solo sucks" at Aaron Solo. I'm like, this dude's over now. Like,
what are you talking about, the Tribal Chief?
And it carried over. So, yeah, I'm hoping
they had great energy. It sounded grounded.
It's a sign that they're starting because it does. Like you look at these towns they're announcing, and it looks like they're starting to run smaller buildings, which is a good idea.
The fella who took over is only just starting to put his shit in place,
Yeah, and that stuff's booked months in advance. So I mean, it would take a long time. And they have like
contracts with buildings.
Yeah,
it's a whole rigmarole.
It's not like you can.
With the new set, they need to have a set. It's a whole fucking it's a whole thing. It's a shame. They should genuinely just have an aisle. I will die on this hill. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Wrestlers looked so cool. WWF Golden Age. We're not talking about when the bingo halls and when it was smoke filled. I'm talking about the stuff that they say was glamorous. Go back and watch, folks. People just walk to the ring.
Yep.
It looks cool, man. Why do you think Moxley comes off cool? It's fucking walking through the people.
Like, I don't want to exaggerate how big of a deal it is to me because it's not, but like them putting the fucking LED boards in like WWE, like, come on, man. Yeah, we don't need them.
Especially when they're scaling back on it,
Exactly.
It doesn't add anything.
WWE, I don't know if you've seen what it looks like now, Matt, but
I've seen it. Yeah, it's cool.
The LEDs now are like black, so even though it's still it doesn't look jarring anymore. Yeah. It's less bright now. It's fucking dumb. They gotta again. Yeah.
Well, they hired a bunch of WWE production guys, so
yeah. Well, anyway, Julia Hart, Willow Nightingale, House Rules match for the AEW TBS title. Now this one's got a little bit of an asterisk, right? Because my understanding was
this one.
I didn't see it because I was on the road with the World Wrestling Federation. But my understanding was that young Jules Hart may not be fully cleared.
She didn't do much of anything on Dynamite.
Yeah, that's a little scary because that was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Go for it, Matt.
Willow's going to win here. I'm pretty confident in that. We're setting the stage for a number of things. I'm not sure what all we're going to see happen here in terms of, you would assume you're going to see Mercedes. You assume you're going to see Statlander. Personally, I'm pretty confident the Statlanders who attacked Mercedes. I don't know if we're going to get more development there. This is a backdrop to a story. It's a shame that Jules is banged up. It probably will lessen the moment a little bit. But it'll still be cool to see Willow win the belt. I'm pretty confident that's happening.
Yeah.
Willow has been a bright spot lately.
That promo a couple weeks ago on the stage.
She's rocked, awesome. Man.
She should be the face of the company.
She's so cool. Like, God bless her. Like, she's just cool, man. Like, if you don't like Willow, I don't trust you. Like, that's the best. Crosby. Like, she's fucking awesome. So I hope she gets a cool moment here. The Stokely thing, which seemed weird, it has fucking worked. They finally, and this is no knock on Stokely because Stokely rules, but they finally found something for him that works. I am as frustrating as this Mercedes stuff has been, and to be clear, like the stuff she's doing now was never her strength anyway. I do think the end game is still going to be pretty good. And then, the match, which I think will be Statlander, but it could be Willow. I guess it has to be Willow because it's for the title. So
That's the bit that's hot. That's the complicated bit, isn't it? Because it's like Chris attacked Mercedes.
I'm pretty. It feels that way.
And so it feels like it's going to be Chris managed by Stoke, isn't it?
Yes,
that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that works in its own alley. That versus Mercedes is great. The problem is if you just look at Mercedes and Willow in a vacuum, it's like it feels like Mercedes should be the heel.
Yeah.
If you just put the Chris thing to the side, which I do not recommend ever doing because Chris Stanton's fucking awesome. The best finish for Double or Nothing in a vacuum would just be that Stoke switches and goes to Mercedes, right?
Right.
You give Mercedes a mouthpiece and she comes out heel, Willow chase. But you can't do that if you're doing the Chris. So it's complicated. I will say, considering she was signed in January, I'm amazed they didn't get these pieces in different places because Willow winning the belt would have felt very different if they didn't base this on TV. Willow is winning the belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have the creative tools to do it.
Yeah.
But the easiest way out is to just book a triangle feud, like they did with DDP, Raven, and Benny, or what they started to do with Flair, Brett, and Hennig.
Yeah.
In early '98.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would. I don't know if they'd navigate it well, but I agree with the idea.
I mean, someone else is writing this story besides their usual creative, so that's I would assume. I mean that.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what.
That's true.
I mean, I don't want to be dismissive, but I mean, if she's writing the promos, I mean,
I know I'm not. Yeah.
I
honestly think they're going to book Mercedes and Willow as a face versus face match.
I think Mercedes is going to win as a babyface, but I think that is dangerous. I'd be careful.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I think they're.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
Now it's possible if they're smart, they make it. They really play up that Willow was the one who attacked her, and then they'll have to find a clever way.
That's good
to get Chris to kind of. I mean, I don't know. They just have to get Chris to cost Willow, but then again, you have to go to that triangle feud. And I don't know if they have the capacity to do that. You know,
that's the one thing. And look. I don't know what the execution's going to be, but this is all. It's exactly that's what I was going to say. Is at least it's intriguing. Some of the execution is what it is, but you kind of feel like you know where it's going, but you also
it is interesting.
Yeah, as far as this match, Willow's winning. It's going to be very angle driven. We don't even know what Jules' status is.
Hopefully, Julia's okay in it.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. Moné's definitely going to be involved.
Oh, for sure.
I'm almost surprised they didn't just outright advertise her, actually. But she'll get involved regardless. So we'll see what the finish looks like. Going to be excited to see Willow with some gold. That'll be great. The circumstances are complicated for a range of reasons, but Willow Nightingale, bro. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Legend. Okay. AEW Continental Championship. Kazuchika Okada versus Pac. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm circling this one. I'm circling this attention. I want to see Okada go nuts here, to be honest, because on this card, this is probably going to go 15 to 20. And I don't see a reason why they can't tear the house down. You know, I think this match should be great, actually. Mm-hmm. I definitely think Eddie and Okada was a little bit underwhelming. Beyond that, he's worked trios and squashes, so no problem thus far, really. But it'd be nice, right? We're about 6 weeks into the run. Now let's make a statement. Great match is the goal here. The finish is, it goes without saying, Okada's going over.
Yeah.
The match quality is the story here, weirdly enough, and I'm embarrassed to say that sentence to Oracle, but what do you make of Pac versus Okada?
I'm still glad that they turned Okada heel. I think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And he's doing a decent job of, hemming it up and stuff. In terms of his efforts in the ring, I don't know. I mean, it's, Seems more similar to his New Japan contemporaries when they came to the States, and
Yeah, he hasn't felt it's
put in put in their efforts. Which I mean, I get. New Japan. They
the schedule. We had a real schedule. Yeah, he's kind of lucky in that him being lazy kind of fits the vibe he's going for anyway right now.
Exactly.
As far as Pat goes, like I find his character more interesting as a babyface. Like,
I agree,
because as a heel, he's just kind of like, I find him
he has to show fire as a babyface,
Yeah, but like, and like for example, like I know like that Orange Cassidy feud that made like basically made Orange Cassidy in AEW was great or whatever, way back at Revolution 20, but as a face, I just find his character more interesting. Especially now, like I find his sort of, his tropes, in his character a lot more interesting as a baby face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Intrigued what they have for him at Wembley this year. He missed out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a guy should be a priority, right? Like it's fine to have back at Wembley. I don't know what that looks like. It's 4 months away, but that'll be interesting. But
the Zack Sabre Jr.
That'd be cool. Okada and Pac, Matty, what do you reckon?
It's gonna be fun. I've enjoyed Okada so far because the level of work that he's doing is exactly what I expected from him. The difference is that it fits his character because he's a heel, like you said. But this is what I expected from him as a babyface, where it would have been 10 times more annoying.
Yeah.
Because he's a heel and he's kind of hamming it up and he's being a dick, it works. I'm not going to pretend he's having blow-away matches, but I think his stuff's been fun so far. I didn't hate the Eddie match as much as some people did. I don't think it was great, but I think this will be good. I think we'll get a good version of Okada here. It's pay-per-view. That's one people may disagree with me, but I think they've nailed the presentation of Okada so far. I think he's come off pretty cool.
I would say
both. He's supposed to be a heel, but still, the Ferrari thing's cool.
I'm not far away from you on that. I think he's felt fresh. It's interesting. They have done a good job with those touches that you mentioned. But the only thing I would say is I don't know if this is the route to maximize him as how valuable he could be as a superstar draw. Now, do I give a fuck? Not really.
Yeah.
But while we're having the conversation, I do think there's something to be said for. It's like you kind of slot him right now. He hasn't lost. I'm not saying he's but he doesn't feel like he's immediately the most important guy.
That's 100% true.
He came in at the same time as Ospreay, who
does
on a US TV product. Yeah, on a US TV product, you have to push Ospreay first. Yeah. You just do. So yeah, I honestly have no problem. That part is, I think, relevant. I guess
it will be cool when he turns babyface in the future, though. And I will say, look, obviously, it's been limited, but I've even liked his promos.
Yeah.
He can talk a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. All right. Okada retains. Up next, I was a little bummed out about the stip on this one, but I know the lads are going to do dumb shit and make it good anyway. Ladder match, tournament final, vacant AEW World Tag Team titles, the FTR versus the Young Bucks. This is one that the finish feels so obvious. I almost wonder if there's a twist in the towel. I really
think there is.
They've played it so heavy-handed. It feels like there's something coming up here. Everyone knows I'm not a big ladder match guy. I kind of wanted to see them have another crack at a real tag match with the Bucks as heels because they did it once and it was fucking awesome on TV.
Man, that match.
That's their best match together by far. By far their best match together.
So I was kind of that too. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It was the Boston show. Right? I remember Jay Show was there. I'm pretty sure. I kind of wanted them to have another show of that, but I have no doubt that this will still be really, really good, even if it will be less to my taste, perhaps. But this is a fascinating one in terms of the finish because of the reason I just mentioned. It's like reverse psychology. It feels like they've told us what the finish is to such a degree that I'm going, is there something happening here, Matt? What do you reckon?
I think we're getting both Jack Perry here and the Motor City Machine Guns here. I think the ladder match. I agree that I don't love the ladder match, but I think there's going to be so much clusterfuck and interference in this that I'm almost glad. Like, you had to add a stip to it versus doing a ref bump or just having the ref look like a fucking moron, which it'll be Knox anyway, so he's going to. But like, Jesus. I get
moron with a capital F.
Oh,
I get doing the ladder match because you're gonna have so much stuff happen here. I'm very confident that we're getting machine guns here. I'm not sure, we need a recording of Bobby Heenan yelling whose side are they on, because I'm not sure what they're gonna do here, but I do think we're gonna see them, and I definitely think we're gonna see Jack Perry. I'm very intrigued by this match because, look, Cash has been a maniac. You put him in this match could fucking rock. It may not, but the ceiling's still really high.
Oh yeah,
this
could definitely still.
Like the idea of seeing the face of Dax Harwood when they tell him he's got to work a ladder match.
He's fucking nuts, dude. He Do you remember some of the bumps he took in that 4-way one?
I just think of the.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And listen, I remember when these dudes were desperately wanting to leave WWE, and they're out there with New Day having a 4-star ladder match.
That match was crazy.
Killing themselves, dude. They're gonna be doing some stupid shit in this.
Yeah,
we'll probably get some blood here.
Yeah. I remember vividly.
Obviously Matt and Nick thrive in the ladder match.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Matthew and Nicholas.
Yes, there'll be some cool ideas in this. I remember vividly a Fed Mecca member telling me that FTR phoned it in at the end of their Fed run, and I was like, bro, they nearly died in that ladder match for no good reason.
And then they had a really fun match with who was it? Was it Heavy Machinery? There was the Christmas Street Fight or whatever.
Shit, I need to check that one out, brother. Yeah, they're probably gonna do some really dumb shit here that severely.
This is gonna be super fun, probably even excessive to the point, but there's gonna be some shit Cash, especially as Shoot points out. That dude, he's gonna do his dive into a fucking ladder or some shit.
His dive is crazy.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
What do you think the finish is, Oracle?
Oh, it's tough to say. I had for some reason, I'm just not as in tune with because I knew the Machine Guns were leaving TNA, but I wasn't exactly aware that their destination would be AEW. So that kind of took me off guard when Matt pointed that out. I don't know.
That's just come up in the last week. I think that it's pretty close to done. It sounds like,
but they'd obviously be an awesome addition to the show, but
tag division needs it too, man.
Yeah, they do. Jack Perry feels like the obvious, because even as much as the controversy last week and how stupid it was, it seems like there's got to be a reason for that, right? And I feel like Jack gets
got to be Jack.
It
has to.
I feel like the Bucks are going to win, right? It's tough to say.
I think.
I feel like the Bucks are winning.
I think they do. I think Bucks over Jack Perry interference, and I think the twist is that post-match the Motor Machine Guns come out. Is what I think they'll do.
And face off, and then they'll build the Machine Guns and Bucks for
in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now,
makes sense.
I have to say, and I'm not just doing this because of the FTR bit. I actually think this would be interesting. The idea of Jack doing a run-in and immediately fucking the Bucks over, I actually think is.
I was about to say that. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah, because Jack could cut a promo and be like, "These fucking dogs put this shit on TV."
Yeah.
They tried to define me by this dumb scuffle I had at the biggest show in AEW history. I ain't friends with FTR, but they're right. That's not what AEW's about. And I'm back to be a pro wrestler. Fuck all that bullshit. Yeah. I actually think if you did that correctly, I don't know if Jack's got that promo in him, but if you believed he had that promo in him, I think the AEW audience would be like, let's fucking go. I think they'd be into that, actually.
You're right.
And I think what it also does is it completely erases all of the like cute shit, and you move on. Then you actually move on because the characters moved on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
and we did.
I don't know.
Look,
Yeah.
the match is very forgettable. But the one time we've seen the machine guns in AEW was against FTR. So like, what if Jack helps FTR and then the machine guns show up and they help and the Bucks still win, but you flipped who helps who?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it would that.
No, I think Jack's helping the Bucks, which is
me
fine.
Too, but yeah,
because they'll get where we're saying eventually, I think. But yeah, interesting scenarios at play here. The match will probably be killer. Timeless Tony Storm. Yes,
I just want to say, like,
that's fun.
You said that one thing aside, I've 99% of this Bucks run since they've returned, I've enjoyed. I don't know.
The matches I'm not thrilled with. The character I think has been very good.
Yeah.
Characters are great. Yeah.
The TV matches. Monty's talked to me about it, and like I initially thought he was being dramatic, but I reflect on it. I do think he's right that like you can tell that this is a choice of like we need to preserve ourselves physically, which I mean, God bless. They're nearly fucking 40, aren't they?
Right.
So yeah, like I get it, but it is different, right? Like when they were the tag champs in 2021, they would go and like balls to every TV match was swinging for the fences. You have to evolve. They're more character heavy now. You saw in the Sting match when it comes to shows like this, they're gonna go big. So I haven't got many complaints about it. I always worry about it because I just think whenever you do those kind of gimmicks, it's like I think you have to be very careful, right? It's a difficult thing. But it's been better than what they were doing before. It's fresh, right? They're going for it. They're doing a character, you know. All right. This next one I think could get spooky. I'm sorry to report. Timeless Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. I like Thunder Rosa a lot. And when she first emerged, I was a big fan. Since returning, I think she's looked like a greatly depleted version of herself. It's early days. Hopefully she can get back to where she was. But thus far, she has looked zapped of like the explosiveness she had and the energy. And that is a alarming combination with what we've seen from Timeless Tony on paper. Now, Azumi had a good one with Tony. Kind of awoke the grappling.
That ruled. Yeah.
Very good match. But, I mean, I don't think Thunder Rosa is going to be moving like Azumi in this thing. And I think this could be unfortunate. Oracle, I'm a little concerned. What do you reckon?
Yeah, there's a multiple reason. I think I'm so sick and tired of this Tony Storm stuff. I can't take it. I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. Like she does well for like that type of she does excellent. Like
she's good at it.
Not for me. It's just not for me, bro. Like I can't do it. Like it's just
I get it.
It's awful.
I have my moments with it. I get it for sure.
And hey, I get a chuckle here and there from it. I won't lie, but like I can't do it, man. You can't be world heavyweight champion with that shit, man. Like, got to get the belt off her now. Like I can't watch world title matches with this shit. It's too gimmicky for me. Like I can't do it. And you're not wrong about Thunder either. I mean, like even just her, in some of her squash matches and stuff, it's just it's just slower and just not as it doesn't look good. I don't know.
It's a shame.
Tony's winning this. I think Deonna probably gets. It's another one of these matches. I feel like there's going to be a lot of interferences in this show, but they've kind of built to it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Deonna seems to. It feels like she has to get involved.
So what happened on Wednesday? Because I didn't see it. What was Deonna? Did Deonna do something on Wednesday? She wrestled Mariah.
She got a promo, right?
Man. Deonna beat Mariah.
That's right. Yeah. The arm. Yeah.
The promo was on Collision.
That's right. Okay.
Thunder cut a great promo on Collision.
She did cut a great.
That was good. Yeah.
It
was very good.
So do we think are they going back to Deonna and
I think Deonna. I think Deonna's turning, not aligning herself with Tony, but I think Deonna's turning heel. Yeah. I'm not excited about this match. I actually do think the build to it has actually been pretty good. I just don't think it can deliver in the ring.
Yeah, shame.
I'm kind of like I'm not totally out on Tony as the character ebbs and flows for me. When it's good, but when it's bad, it's
I'm the same. Yeah.
The matches aren't great. Mariah being with her makes me care about her more. Mariah is the person in all of this that I actually care about. She's becoming one of my favorite wrestlers, like literally in the entire company. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for this. I hope I'm wrong. I would love for Thunder Rosa to come out here and prove me wrong. I'm just not sure she's got it in her anymore, and that sucks, But yeah, this is not something I'm super excited about. They need to. I agree with the work. Well, they got to get the belt off of Tony. The Tony character works better if she's not the champion. But I feel like it seems like it might be soon, but man, it really feels like Mariah's going to beat her at Wembley.
I think Jamie's a factor.
Yeah, but I'm not confident Jamie's coming back anytime soon. So I don't know anything. I've given up on hoping she's coming back.
I think Britt may be on this. I think Britt's in play for this match.
Okay.
I think Britt's definitely in play for this match. Thunder Rosa and Deonna are involved. Yeah, I think Britt could definitely be there.
Yeah, I could see it.
That Timeless Tony Britt Baker match would be crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm ready. I'm not even kidding. I'm ready. They should. I mean, Willow obviously, but like Mariah should be a centerpiece to that entire promotion, man. For the women's division, like she's got a great look, pretty good promo. She can fucking work. Like there's just
a drop kick.
I mean, I genuinely, I think she's special. She's blown me away. I've been completely blown away by her since she's having good matches with Anna Jay, which Anna Jay's candidate for most improved for me so far this year. But like, I love Mariah. She's fucking awesome. That's my takeaway from this match.
Yeah. Man, he's British wrestlers, bro. He just loves them, doesn't he?
And turn Deonna heel because she should not be a babyface, and it's hurting her. It's actively hurting her.
Another British wrestler that the confirmed shoot is very fond of, Will Ospreay.
I'm very fond of him.
Opposite the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Probably the most anticipated match on the show, right? Kind of a build that a couple times reminded me of the Brett Flair build from what's
Sold
the pay-per-view
Out.
called in Sold Out 98, yeah. Brett's first match. You know, the kind of just straight up who's the better man. Now, obviously, that one then evolved into Reading the Observer, which I don't think they've done yet in this. I think they've avoided that thus far. Maybe still Collision. Right? Maybe we got time. But I think Will's done a hell of a job as a promo. Both guys have had good matches. I understand for some people it doesn't have the depth of story. It isn't something that personally bothers me. I think this works for these two guys. I actually think for these two guys in particular, I actually think giving them like a story beyond who's the better wrestler would be a waste. Yeah, I think it would have been a waste. I think in this case, you can just have these guys wrestle. Now, the finish for this is interesting because tomorrow night there is a bunkhouse match, correct? Can you remind me who is in the match? Because I don't want to.
Danielson and Claudio versus Kyle and Takeshita. It's basically it's a similar match to last week, except we're replacing Powerhouse with Takeshita, and then we're adding the stipulation.
Yeah. Now, they have been a big part of this build, Don Callis family, and Will Ospreay is a babyface, and that feels like a clue that this may be part of the finish. However, it is equally likely that Will Ospreay just beats Bryan Danielson with his finish because it's Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards Don Callis that they kind of kick Ospreay out and that costs him the match, yeah, I think. And they wrestle again over the summer. I think is what I'm going towards. Now, how you do that's hard because you have to do a thing where Bryan doesn't see the interference because he's a babyface, I think. So, yeah, that's still challenging. I feel like Dragon might win this, actually. The match is going to be, tremendous, I'm sure.
I think, and I'm very prepared to be wrong, but I think Danielson's winning this match. And I think that they're going to kick the shit out of Ospreay after the match. They're going to kick him out of the group for losing, and then Danielson's going to save him. And then we're going to
Do you think Dragon's winning clean.
Yeah, I think in a way that like it's going to be very clear that they're equals, and it's going to be kind of like Dragon got him, but it's not like a convincing he's clearly better than Ospreay type thing. Right. But again, I could be totally wrong. That's just my read on it. I just don't see. I don't see them wanting to do that as the finish of this match, of doing a big clusterfuck finish. I don't see either one of them wanting to do that, Brian or Ospreay.
This is America, man.
I know. I mean, and look, I don't even care if they do, because I've liked this. I've loved the build to this match, and I've liked the involvement of the Don Callis family. It's the first time I've cared about the Don Callis family in a while. I would rather them do the match, and then, but I think they're going to team up after this, like not like best friends or anything, but I think it would not surprise me at all if Double or Nothing is Danielson and Ospreay versus Takeshita and Hobbs, or Takeshita and Fletcher, or like, I don't know. I've loved this build. I honestly don't even care what happens. Like, I'm gonna show up and see what happens. and I don't know. I love when they do builds. Like, they just did a pro wrestling build. They didn't add any horseshit story. It's literally just two wrestlers debating who's better. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how you get, like, if Ospreay wins relatively clean, then what? Did the Don Callis family attack Bryan Danielson and he saves? Like, I guess you could do that, right? Like, I just don't know. Yeah, it's just hard to get. Maybe it doesn't happen on Sunday. Maybe it comes after that. But that's clearly
there's definitely
where we're
a
headed.
chance. There's definitely a chance that's what happens. That, like, yeah, I don't know. It's do we just looking ahead here? Do we think Will's winning the belt at Wembley?
I think there's a lot of factors that depend, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. There was certainly a time when I thought that was definitely the play. I'm kind of torn on it now because Swerve's a babyface, and there's like, I don't know that. I feel like you kind of let Swerve go and see what happens, versus penciling in him winning the belt that fast. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. He
feels like the top guy to me.
He does. Will feels like the top guy in the promotion. He feels like the biggest star in the company. But yeah, then we still got Max in play somewhere. He's come back at some point. Like, there's so many factors. It's so hard to say.
But, like, who does Swerve work at Wembley if not Will Ospreay?
MJF.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I love it. Right. I'm just saying.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, it's weird. Like, they've only sold 40, which is a great house, but I'm sure they want to sell more. Like.
Yeah.
I think you tell the Ospreay thing. And, like, I get JJ's point, why blow your entire run, but I don't see it that way. To me, that's where it starts. He's the world champ. I would not do MJF and Swerve at Wembley Stadium personally, but I think that could be a very dangerous combination for that setting. I'll just leave it at that.
Hangman, depending on when he's coming back, there's so many things that I don't know.
Yeah. It's true. Max is a draw. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't need an 18-month build to Will winning the title. Like,
this is the thing. I'm going to be completely real. I think the worst thing AEW could be doing right now is thinking, we'll do it next year. Yeah. I would do it. He seems like the hottest guy to me. That's just me personally.
I don't disagree with you at all.
It's still 4 months away too. It's not like it's not like you're doing it next week.
Right.
You do Hangman. Hangman's the best Swerve match. That's the right answer.
Yeah,
that's right.
We just don't know what Hangman's situation is, if he's going to be back or not. Or
I think it will be.
I genuinely don't. I mean, I don't even want to speculate because I don't know what's going on. So,
detour. That was my apologies, Oracle. What do you think of the match?
Yeah, I mean, like, Will finally had a good match in AEW that I liked against Claudio.
That ruled, didn't it?
Yeah, it was real good.
Sure, I can't wait to watch it.
But I think this is going to be a match I probably will enjoy because means Dragon. I mean, he'll be able to rein Will in a little. And like, here's the thing. Like, let me be clear. I get why people like Ospreay. It's just he's the best maybe ever at that style. It's just not for me, y'all.
Yeah, so that's the fair take.
He doesn't, and let me explain it, people. Well, why not? There's a certain way I view psychology and putting storytelling threads in matches. He does not do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Oracle, I'm going to, we're gonna put the esteemed tape machines over here, because I think he said exactly what you're trying to say in about the best way you can say it. So I'm just gonna read exactly what he said. Joe knows what I'm talking about, and if you remember it, maybe we can plug his little blog. That was dismissive. I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. But here's what he said. Tape machines, the legend. Not wild about Ospreay, which you might have guessed by how little I talk about Ospreay on this blog. I do, however, respect how good he is at what he does. What he does is just not the reason I watch wrestling. But I am not more important than the vast majority of AEW's fan base or the vast majority of today's wrestling audience in general. You can send him anywhere in the world, and what he does will get over because he is a rare breed of spectacular. Whether or not I think it's little surface level is my problem and not his or anyone else's. Fair?
Yeah. I feel comfortable enough saying this and confident. I've become a little bit more humble over the years with my seriously.
He's very good at what he does. What he does is not for you.
Yeah.
That's
for
perfectly fair.
I think because he's wrestling Dragon, who is for me for the most part, I think it will be a match that I enjoy quite a bit.
Yeah. Tape machines are rolling. WordPress.com.
Fucking legend.
Yeah.
I
bought a review.
I don't know. I think you guys have convinced me Dragon's going to win this.
We do this every time, and then he loses. It fucking rules.
Yeah.
He's going to lose. He's going to just get pinned in the middle of the ring.
The thing is, I'm still kind of, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it. I think you can do a coin flip. I think there's, I feel like if Ospreay's going to win the title, which I think he should at Wembley this year, he probably should win the match,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can still do the Palace family.
But you could do
heel turn after the match because it's going to be a mid-show match. It's not going to be the main event.
But you could equally do Dragon over here, and then Will gets his win back on like a TV main.
Yeah.
Because if you do that in like July, then he's like ready to go for August.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to dwell on this Wembley thing because I actually don't give a fuck. I think you guys both know this. I don't actually care when Will Ospreay, I don't care. I'm just talking to hear about professional wrestling as we do. It just feels like giving you making that chase that long just feels, I don't know. It feels like a self-inflicted wound.
I don't disagree with you. I don't get the obsession with doing 1.5 builds to stuff. Like the guy's red hot. Everyone thinks he's the biggest star in the company. Just put the belt on him and let's go. Let's fucking cook. But it's hard, because Blood and Guts is probably coming up here within the next couple months. Yeah, but it's I feel like you got the Callis family, you got Blackpool Combat Club involved. I feel like Ospreay's going to team with the Blackpool Combat Club.
I'm more excited for the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Yeah,
those always deliver for me. The Blood and Guts.
I don't know. I think Anarchy in the Arena may be doomed by the fact the first one was as great as it was. Yeah, I'm concerned by this. Last year's one I thought was very good, and I watched it, and the whole time I was just thinking, oh, fuck, this is going to be very hard to ever live up to the first. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those very challenging deals.
I don't disagree, but I really did like I thought it
was very good.
Tremendous.
Yeah. Very good, yeah.
I just, can you imagine a team of Claudio, Ospreay, Dragon, and Mox? And then I assume Wheeler Utah will be back by then. Hopefully.
I know we're jumping around a lot, but this is a wrestling podcast. Who do we think Swerve works next month? That to me is I have no unless Joe is sticking around and they're doing another match. I have no fucking clue.
They won't do it, but if they had any guts, they'd main event that show with Mercedes and
any guts.
I'm not
Hangman's maybe. No, I agree. Just the way you phrased it.
They need a good opponent for Swerve because That's been a trope we've seen so many times in pro wrestling where the babyface wins the belt and then they have no follow-up for it.
Yeah.
We got to get away from that, man. Like, I don't know who it is. Maybe you run...
Hangman's probably it, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do Bryan versus Swerve, man. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
It'd be a great match, to be clear.
Your choice would either be let people choose, which is scary, or Bryan goes back to working full heel, and I can't do him. He can't go back again. I can't.
The chat saying Jay White, and look, that would fucking rule, but bro, Jay White ain't ready. It's not time for that. You can't do that fast.
No.
Yeah, he's on the zero out here, man. I don't know if he can do it.
The match would rule. Enough. I would love to see it, but
he's
more than build Jay back up.
Yeah, you got to get him back up there. Last time he had a pay-per-view main event, it was very unfortunate for reasons out of his control, but it was very unfortunate. Yeah, there's been a few of them. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see how this all shakes out. Obviously, Ospreay and Bryan, I think is you're doing odds on what will be the consensus match of the night. I think this would be the favorite with a bullet, right? And that's saying a lot because this show is really strong. So.
Anytime Bryan's on the card, he's the favorite. For being honest.
If it ain't him, it's probably Ospreay now, right?
Yeah.
So. All right, folks. It's main event time. Before we get there, I'm going to remind everyone again, please do like the video, especially on Tonight of All Nights, because I feel like I might die here live on the air. So would appreciate it. Christian and Swerve's a good
That would be good, yeah.
There you go. So yeah, do the like gimmick if you're on the YouTube. All right. AEW World Championship, Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland.
Before you get started, I didn't get started with Dynamite until about 10:15 to 10:20 on Wednesday, so I didn't get to see the overrun. What was the angle to close the show?
Oh, it was actually pretty fucking cool. Swerve came out, he called out Joe. Joe came out with a bunch of security trying to stop him, which included Manders. Swerve did a stomp off the top rope onto the floor onto all the security guards. It looked cool as hell because it almost looked like he was running on top of them for a second. And then I'm not going to lie, I kind of forget what happened from there. It ended. Yeah. Joe stood tall at the end.
Gotcha.
Which is exactly what you would want to happen for what we think is going to happen at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. I think this is a good example of what we talked about earlier, or what I talked about anyway, of like, this has been built pretty well. I don't think it's caught fire, and I don't think it feels as hot as it did a couple months ago for Swerve's chase. You know, there's a point where it was like, oh, holy shit. Maybe Swerve should win it on the next TV, right? He felt like, it doesn't feel like that anymore. But the build has still been good, and both guys have performed well. Joe, I think, has been really good in his promos. Mm-hmm. And like, so if it isn't a 10, they've still just on quality got it to like a 7. You know, like it does feel like a worthy main event. And I think
Joe hit a muscle buster. I've remembered now.
Okay.
So you basically saw Joe hit his finish.
There are a few pieces here. I haven't loved Swerve's promos. I must.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think his promos have been good in this particular. I think he's struggling to figure out what babyface Swerve looks like as a promo. Sounds like as a promo. Hasn't affected the response to him. He's still over huge. He has a cool factor. I think he's got to figure out what the content is. Though I don't think he's been very good, promo wise. This build. Joe has been fucking great in that regard, and they've had some really good physicality in the angles. Right, the contract signing angle was terrific.
Yeah.
Oh, the blood. And ruled.
Yeah, and I think that will shape this match. Right? I think we're going to get blood. I think with the chain's going to be involved. I think this is going to be a physical match. And to be honest, fellas, I think that's the best version of this match. I don't think any of us need to see Joe trying to feed Swerve's more elaborate offense. I think this needs to be punches and violence. Really, that's the play. And I think Swerve Strickland has to win the belt here. Do not delay this any further. I think it'd be a massive mistake. Do it now. Like it's time. Main event. Or presuming main event. I don't know. It might not be, but the world title match, Oracle. What do you reckon?
I think this will be main event because I think Swerve wins this one. I think it'll be a bloodbath. I think you're right. I think it'll be a physical bloodbath. It'll probably go maybe 15 to 17.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think this will main event. I think they'll stick the other big time main event, which I would consider to be. I mean, like there's a lot of big shows, but I would consider the 3 minutes of the show to be Swerve Joe, Danielson, Ospreay, and then actually Willow and Jules, but because the Mercedes involvement and whatnot. But yeah, I think the title match will main here. I think Swerve will get crowned. He'll. I think there'll definitely be a spot, as somebody said, where Joe gets him in the choke again, and Swerve, finds a way out of it, and there's a big pop, and he wins the gold. I think we're going to see some blood here, which is obviously always going to pop me. So
yeah, I think it's whatever Joe has here, he's going to put it into trying to make this mean as much as it can. I think you've seen that in the build. I think this means a lot to him, actually. This is probably going to be his last time as the world champion. I think he would like it to be used for something worthwhile. He's a big believer in Swerve Strickland. I'm not breaking any news with that. That's like a thing. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty important moment for AEW to go to, it's like an understatement, right? Like Swerve said it on TV, and as soon as he said he's going to be the first black AEW world champion, you knew like they've got to do that and make it right.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the fellas can stick the landing. I don't think this is a natural stylistic matchup, but I think great professional wrestlers can navigate those kind of things. So I'm optimistic. Matt, what do you reckon?
I got really high hopes for this. I think Swerve's going to win the belt pretty convincingly. I think you can trust Samoa Joe to do that. I actually think one of the big spots in this match is that I think Nana's going to take a big bump here because they've been kind of teasing some physicality. Joe's been kind of talking about. I think he's going to do something to Nana in this match. I think this is going to be cool as shit. I think, I don't know. I guess I'm so enamored with how cool Swerve is that maybe I haven't really even noticed the content of his promos. We'll say the one thing that's been glaring for me is Adrian just openly making fun of the fucking eye makeup he's been wearing.
Dude, that shit gets me every time because it looks like he has a double black eye. He looks like fucking Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 9, dude.
Just busting his balls every episode when he
you gotta be with Swerve. You can tell he has instincts that you have to be a little careful.
Yeah.
Sometimes, the law stuff. Like you gotta be careful.
Let me correct myself. Let me apologize to Swerve Strickland for comparing him to Hulk Hogan.
Anyway, Matt, you were saying.
Yeah, I think this will be a cool moment. I think this is a moment that'll deliver. Not unlike when Hangman won the belt. They usually get this right. I think we can trust Samoa Joe to put Swerve over very strong here.
I think.
Yeah, he's gonna look, man. This is the biggest match of Swerve's life, and Joe is gonna try with all his might. If it doesn't work, it will be because it's just a weird stylistic match, which it is, right? And that happens. It's wrestling, but when the referee counts free, I'm sure it will still feel like a big deal. So that's all you can ask for, really. Dynasty, I think it's going to be a great show. I really do. I know the conversation here was a real roller coaster ride, and there's stuff to be negative and positive about. Look, man, they do 5 hours of TV a week. There's going to be negatives, right? But I don't think any of us have doubts about what this show is going to look like once the bell rings.
That's the thing. And we don't want to, but and I'm not talking to anyone specific here, but we got to get to a place. It's okay. I love AEW. I watch every episode of TV they do. I religiously watch AEW. Most weeks, it's like my favorite 5 hours of the week is sitting down with my wife and watching AEW. That doesn't mean that we have to pretend that every single thing they do is good. We got to get away from that. It's okay. It's okay.
One extreme or the other all the time, and it's annoying, yeah.
I thought that show last week fucking sucked. It's fine. Doesn't mean I hate AEW now. I did for about an hour, but people need to chill a little bit. It's okay. And yes, I understand. I'm very well aware that there are a lot of people out there who are bad faith and they're just saying shit to piss people off. But that doesn't mean everyone's doing that.
And people just ignoring them too, bro. I'm tired of every fucking day. There's a new take from someone. It's just fucking. I don't give a shit what I think, dude. Stop selling. It's so.
Yeah, like that's the perfect way to put it. Jake just said it's got to be allowed to be a normal wrestling promotion. Like, it's okay to be critical of AEW sometimes. Doesn't mean you hate AEW. I love AEW. I want AEW
wrestling show, man.
I want AEW to be the best fucking wrestling show I've ever seen in my life. That's all I would love to see. And I personally have gotten away from being like I didn't like this finish. That's not me anymore. I'm not like that anymore. But the big stuff, they got to stop fucking up, man.
Yeah, it matters. It matters.
It matters.
And I'm always big about trying to be nuanced and stuff, but like, same thing goes to WWE. Backlash is in 2 weeks. Joe and I will be covering that in 2 weeks on the Grin, and like, I'm gonna be pissed if that show is 5 matches for those 3 hours and 42 minutes. Not to sit through fucking dadgum Cricket wireless commercials and shit like that while I'm trying to.
We'll have fun though.
Oh yeah, but my point is it goes both ways here. It's not like,
but that's
honestly, I don't have to explain this, but like, it's not like we're piling on here. I mean, like,
no, you're fine.
It's wrestling promotion. Wrestling's never perfect ever.
Look, dude, the reality is
the most imperfect shit. First of all, it's lowbrow shit. So like, it's gonna be imperfect, and it's good to have. I think it's fun and good to have discussions about things, but of course that's been ruined from all the discourse over the last years. But
it's this simple.
It's a loud minority, bro. Most people
that is true. Sure. But I think if you've watched our show since we've started doing this, I would like to think we've earned enough credibility here to say we're not people who are going to come on here and like, we're not on here to be angry. Like, that's when that stretch when I genuinely didn't enjoy AEW, I didn't want to do this show anymore because I didn't want to come on here and bitch and complain, and that ain't me. Like, I'm not coming on here to rant, to pop people, and some people do that, and some people are very good at it. That's not what we do here. I don't even know why we're doing this because nobody got mad at us.
I don't know.
Nobody got mad at us.
What we did was we saw.
I tried to stop it like 3 times. I don't know what the fuck you guys talking about.
We saw we were at 1 hour and 53 minutes. We got
to get to 2 hours, man.
I had stuff to fill. I was like, I don't know why the fellas arguing, but we talking to imaginary people again, bro. I'm telling you, man. Genuinely,
the monotonous discourse.
All of this stuff is the most overblown shit. Most people are chill. You get a few freaks that DM me and call me a fat fuck, but for the most part, everyone's chill. They're talking about wrestling. It's fine, man. Like, it's cool. And most people just watch the wrestling shows and live tweet them.
Yeah.
And there's like 10 people that are fucking insane. I mean, it's more than 10, but you get what I'm saying. It ain't that deep, Watch your wrestling, everyone. Right? That's the other thing, too. It's like, I don't think any of us give a fuck what wrestling you watch.
Hey,
just enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. I don't care.
I look. This is gonna be funny coming from me, but like, we kick the shit out of Tony on here a lot, and he deserves it a lot of the time. His answer about Nyla Rose yesterday was surprisingly good, and I feel like we can give him credit for that. For once, like, he didn't embarrass himself for once. Good for him. I just to be a little balanced because we do kick the shit out of Tony on here, and he deserves it. Right. He deserves it. He's very rich, so he'll be fine.
But I'm just saying, what was on the late night Grin.
I didn't think he was going to say anything. Genuinely.
No, you're right. I'm glad he said something. Yeah.
I'm very glad he said it, and it was one time where his tendency to just talk was actually a good thing because he kind of got stronger as he went. So good for him. Mm-hmm. It's a rare thing in wrestling, so. For
sure. No, I agree. Our point here on the Late Night Grin is to enjoy all professional wrestling.
Well, no, that's not our point at all.
Watch all wrestling at all times. Keep a spreadsheet.
Our point is enjoy Dynasty this weekend.
That was what we were talking about, spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Make a log of every match you own on physical media.
Yeah, that's healthy.
Don't enjoy all wrestling. If something sucks, just say it sucks and move on.
What else can they do, Oracle? Forums, message boards, right? Make lists.
You've got some clear heads on there.
Make lists. Find a wrestler you don't like and make lists of all the wrestlers you think are better than them. Yeah. Write a blog. Start a podcast. I don't know,
Well-
man. There's many ways to get involved here. There's some good ideas in here. Not many of them, but there's some.
Folks,
All right. I'm
let's
just joking. Folks.
Focus on the positives. 90 days. Jinder Mahal, indie run. He's going to do some shit. It's definitely going to be good. I'll definitely watch it. Definitely won't just pretend to watch it and claim it's good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see his GCW stuff. I'll definitely watch that.
Hopefully,
Shout out to the modern day Maharaja.
I like Jinder.
I do too.
I don't think he's much good, but I like him.
Yeah.
All right.
NWA World Champion.
Let's put
Who
the
is the
fucking
NWA
Viper.
World Champion?
Flair?
Okay. Is it not Dustin
Two
Rhodes?
style wrestlers. I like Fujiwara. He's probably my favorite of all of them. He's basically the father of it in a lot of ways.
CM Punk.
Never was a big fan of Takada. But Fujiwara, Okan, Tamura,
Athena.
That shoot deadlift jackhammer she did was,
Bill Goldberg.
I guess it was a Falcon Arrow, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mariah May.
We should ban the Falcon. We should ban that just saying out
Global
loud.
Vice in that fucking underground match with Natty next week. That'll be something.
Dude, Natty is
Natty.
Natty. She's honestly probably the funniest wrestler ever, right? Like, I was just watching her work the apron on this house show, just thinking, like, imagine caring that much, you know?
She's gonna work at TNA
Matter
show.
of Respect 1996.
Wait, what happened? Who's doing Shane? What's Shane Douglas doing?
Ask something.
Sorry. Okay. Recommended ECW matches, Oracle. What did you say?
Shane Douglas versus Too Cold Scorpio, A Matter of Respect 1996.
There you go. I thought you were saying Shane Douglas wrestled Natalia. But she teamed with Tegan Knox. And like, look, man, I'll be real with you. Natty was kind of hooping out there. She made that comeback she's done for 15 years. It still looks good, bro. The one where she runs over the back and then does the drop kick.
Sometimes it looks awful. Sometimes it looks like it hurts like shit. Yeah.
Okay, tell me if this is new because I don't know. I don't study. She now drop kicks to her side rather than doing a front drop kick. Is this new or is this a variant for Cardiff? Or is this something she's been doing?
Sometimes you notice certain things that I don't.
I study the sport, Oracle.
This is my nightmare. We're just talking about Natty now.
Oh, come on. You'll be fine.
She's going to wrestle. She's going to go to TNA to work Jordan Grace.
She's not going anywhere, bro.
Oh, I didn't mean she's leaving the promotion. I meant she's going to work a match in TNA to work. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about WWE's working relationships tonight?
No, I don't. Idea, right? Kenny Omega did that earlier, and I think we can leave it at that.
I think it'd be a bad idea. Let's put the vibrator on the screen before we go.
Well, hold on. We're going to go from that to that. Are you sure?
Really? Is
Feels
this
like
really the time?
Feels like a mistake, bro. I don't read the room.
No, I'm not going to go through. I just want to just put this on the screen and let everyone figure out. I mean, what's
CEO?
Wow.
CEO. I mean, they're not wrong.
Wow, this.
Yeah,
first
Joe,
one's the title was interesting. Yeah.
Joe Swerve did call Samoa Joe BBL Joey at one point.
Sorry.
Yeah, BBL Joey. He's basically just calling him fat.
As I was saying, I don't think his promos have been great.
They both had backstage promos early in the show that were pretty good, especially Joe's. Joe's was very good.
What's
Nick
this
Batum.
Nicholas Batum filth going on here?
Batum culture. Who's that reference to? I didn't even see the show, so I have no real.
I just assumed that because that game was happening at the same time, right? Wasn't it? No, it wasn't. What the fuck are they talking about? That wasn't. Was that on Wednesday?
I don't know.
Bro, I don't understand these motherfuckers. It's got to be right because they got the Sixers logo on there too.
Yeah, it is Nicholas. I thought that was his first name.
Was that
That
Wednesday?
was Wednesday. Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
so
so that's what they're referencing. What the these motherfuckers, man.
Look at this fucking. Look at this.
I don't really understand. Joe, you fall into the category. I don't understand Zoomers and Gen Z. What is this stuff?
I will say that Outcast graphic with Hook and Jericho is really fucking funny. I'll give him that.
There's some good stuff on there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too much and it's too many high spots.
I mostly agree with what they went with their stuff here. I just don't understand it all. But the chart itself, like the line graph, I agree with that.
Yeah,
for the most
that's
part.
true. That's true.
Looks like a good show.
It was a good show.
Dynamite?
They have the Mercedes promo probably a little too high, but I get what they're going for from the
CEO.
Yeah.
CEO.
She did look phenomenal, so that's what they're going with there. Clearly,
Oracle.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that being your new gimmick around here? You're the CEO.
Me?
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. What it would be.
I was the chief brand officer there for a while.
Yeah.
I had that in my fucking profile on Twitter for months.
If we had like a sound drop of the CEO part of the theme, and every time Oracle comes on, we hear it, and then we go to court.
Wait. What if we re-recorded it with Oracle saying CEO?
No. With Bob recording.
Oh, yeah. What if we have Bob like hum the music while Oracle says CEO? Because that'd be extra hilarious. Because there's no way Bob would get it right.
Yeah.
Can we take this
Where
off
is
the screen? There we go.
Which one am I?
That's you right there. That was incredible timing.
Look at those pants he's wearing. Oh man, he's so annoyed here.
That looks so photoshopped. It's hilarious.
Oh.
There we go. Perfect.
All right, let's go before I fucking fall asleep here.
Congratulations to Ruby and Angelo Parker.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Can you take Jack off the screen?
Yeah,
please?
sorry, mate. Sorry.
Oh, did they get shoot married?
No, Ruby's pregnant.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Destination on. Is Bob done one of those tweets yet?
No.
Hardly. Fucking asshole. All right. What's the time now, fellas? It's now 6 a.m.
Do we still have to skip?
The one when he runs?
No. Well, actually, any of the skip. Let's just go through all the skip clips that we have.
All right. Good idea. I think
we still have the iconic one, the original.
Yeah, we have this one, folks. Be wary. This is about 20 seconds. It's very uncomfortable. Should I play the whole thing at a crying one, or should we just play a bit of it to give people an idea?
No, let's play all of it.
All right, here we go, folks.
That was me when Dynamite ended last week.
That's me every week on here when I'm trying to hold a burp from burping into the microphone.
Okay. Here's a classic. This is famous.
I just busted right inside him, and he can't extend on me anymore, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage.
That was the one I was talking about. God,
we got two more. We got this one always pops me.
Oh, here's the third page of Larry Bird. I don't know. I probably can't even read it right now, but it helped me to scribble it because my hieroglyphics were emblazoned in my brain.
My favorite is when he's like covering his mouth.
What the fuck is he talking about? Oh, shit, man. And we got the last one, of course.
Facts, all caps with 3 exclamation points, and then 100 in red, as in keep it 100.
This is professional wrestling, bitch.
All right.
Telling stories.
We still got it, folks. Fling golf.
All right. I'm not doing it. Not tonight. We're far enough. We're deep enough in this hole. I'm not digging any further. All right, folks. Here's the deal. Next week, we are back with a very special show. The all-time LNG draft. Now, here's the bad news. Jackie Crosby is not making the town. He can't make it. He will not be able to pick Nick Bockwinkel first. The good news is I have booked Contrarian Alex for the all-time LNG draft.
God
so,
bless.
My God.
Abyss, you're coming off the board, brother. Lock in.
Yeah.
TNA alumnus, you got a shot. All right. So, Alex will be here next week. I'm looking to get a whole lineup. We may have 8, like we did last time. We might have 10. I don't know.
May have 3.
Maybe 3.
Show up. Yeah.
Be easier then, right? The rosters will be good.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time Bob picks a problematic wrestler, we need a fucking pounce.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we're all going to have them because they're wrestlers. When Bob does, we need
Not me, bro.
Oh, yeah. Really, bro? The first time we need a strike when Bobby does that. So that's next week. As Oracle mentioned earlier, the week after we're going to be doing the Backlash preview. So that's what's ahead of us. Good times here at LNG. We do very much appreciate the support on our reboot. The numbers have been great. I apologize for that I've been a zombie for most of this show. Thankfully, the Oracle of Wrestling and Confirmship carried me. We made it. Matt, do you have anything to put over, any plugs, anything to say to close?
Get WNBA League Pass.
Sure.
Season starts in a
Go
couple
Fever.
weeks. Well, calm down.
Hey, Aaliyah Boston, brother.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah.
The Gamecocks, 3-time champs.
Somebody in the chat asked if I have any WNBA jerseys. Not yet. Ask me again in a few weeks. Once we see if JC Sheldon makes the team, I'm going to get my wife a jersey, and then I can answer your question about how they fit. But, yeah, go Dallas Wings. Unless they cut JC, then they'll be my mortal enemies. You know, that's about it. I'm genuinely excited for WNBA season. We found out about fantasy basketball today. Are we going to do that, Joe?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
The Oracle of Wrestling, do you have anything to say?
I'm excited for Dynasty on Sunday. I will also be watching the NBA playoffs, and I probably will tune into WNBA this season some, so.
Big man is back.
Yeah.
I love it.
And other than that, I'll be.
Okay, that's Oracle, right?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Cool. Other than that, I'll be.
There he is.
Other than that,
there you go.
I'll be back for the draft next week, and I'll be back for the Backlash preview. I'll take a couple weeks off, and then I'll be back for the big Grin, where we talk about 2 wrestling shows in one. That'll be interesting.
Oh, we're gonna do the Nitro thing, where we split it again. We should do that.
Yeah.
What is that?
Memorial Day Friday.
Do they both have pay-per-views that weekend?
It's I think it's the Saudi show, right?
King of the Ring.
Okay, cool.
Is it King of the Ring? Oh shit!
King Queen of the Ring. Yeah.
That's rules. I only have to work a half show. That's good shit.
That's right.
Yeah, we should probably look to. We'll see. We don't do this on the air. We're professionals.
Yeah.
Right.
As you've learned over the last 2 hours and 13 minutes, folks. All right. I do have something to ask of you all, folks. Look, let's be real. I probably shouldn't be doing this show right now, but I have done it. And I would like to ask a favor. When we hit end stream in about 30 seconds, I would just appreciate if you wait till the video ends and then go to our comment section and comment. It could be anything. It could be, I like Oracle's shirt. It could be a WNBA take. It could be about Bob's politics. It could be about the Young Lions no showing. It could be about the vibrator.
What was Joe's deal? They could just put what was Joe's deal.
What was Joe's deal?
Yeah.
You could be about Natalia or Natty, as we call it in Great Britain.
Don't do that.
Could be about Bob Holly,
some shame.
Luke Gallows,
Bob,
Talking
Bob
Shops back, Shaq, Carl Anderson.
Just put Nick Bockwinkel. Like, don't even just put his name.
Nick
Nick Bockwinkel. Just spell it right.
Right. Either way.
E-L, not L-E.
He says about Monty True also.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We always encourage that.
Yep. So, but please do it because I almost died tonight. So, all right. Keep grinning. All hail. Enjoy this outro. Remember, next week, LNG draft, be there. Good night, folks.
Bye.